journalists in Gaza. The latest in the hospital attack in Khan Yunis. 5 journalists were killed there, and one of the journalists working for Al Jazeera. Another journalist, a sixth one, in a separate incident, but not the hospital one, but also in Khan Yunis. And Israel is being accused of these killings. What do you make of this? How do you respond?
Well, I will start by saying that it's a tragedy. Every civilian killed in any war is a tragedy, and my personal condolences to the families of the people who were killed, the civilians who were killed. Our prime minister also issued a statement immediately saying that he deeply regrets, or Israel deeply regrets, this tragedy. And the IDF said that they are looking into the matter and trying to understand exactly what happened. However, I think it's very important to look into the broader context to understand the impossible situation that Israel is being faced, where we are fighting a terror regime, Hamas, who uses civilians as human shields, and uses civilian infrastructure for their command centers, for missile launching. This specific hospital was a place where hostages were held. In this incident, there was a camera on the roof that was monitoring the IDF operations. Hamas is using ambulances as vehicles. They are putting their command centers under hospitals. They are shooting missiles out of schools. So this puts Israel and the IDF in a really impossible situation where we're trying our best to minimize the civilian casualties, but of course, and very unfortunately, it's impossible to minimize to zero.
So the overall death toll is at 21 people from this Monday's attack. Condemnation is one thing, sending condolences is one thing, but what needs to happen to ensure the saving of lives in Gaza?
I think Israel has been very, very clear about this, that Israel is not interested in this war. This war broke out when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, 2023, killed 1,200 people. Most of them were civilians. I listened to the end of the interview before me, and the lady was using the word genocide. And first of all, as you all know, the word genocide is being used way too freely recently. But, Hamas's charter clearly states that their goal is to destroy Israel. So we are fighting a genocidal terror regime, and it's just a terrible, terrible situation. Israel has made it very clear that the minute that Hamas releases the hostages and lays down its arms, we will end the war. We're not interested in this war at all.
It's also known that Gaza struggles with a lack of health treatment already as it is. So with this hospital attack, does it now become that hospitals are a weapon of the war over what we've seen as starvation being used as a weapon of war?
Well, as I stated earlier, it is very unfortunate that hospitals are being used by Hamas as military objectives. They are forcing Israel to either not attack their command centers, their missile launchers, where they are hiding or attack them being condemned by the world. And when it goes to aid, I actually took the numbers before I came on this interview, and in the past 4 months, there were more than 200,000 tons of humanitarian aid that were going into Gaza and facilitated by Israel, by the IDF. And again, going back to the claims or the accusations of genocide, Israel is providing humanitarian aid to Gaza while we are fighting in Gaza. And this is because Israel makes a very, very clear distinction between the civilians, the people of Gaza, who are caught in a terrible situation, in an impossible situation, and the regime, the terror regime of Hamas, which is our enemy. We're fighting Hamas, we're not fighting the people. I can get the numbers of the aid that is medical aid going in. 2,800 tons of medical equipment have gone in the past 4 months.
Over 250 media outlets in over 70 countries have staged protests, including Britain, France, Germany. 4 complaints were filed with the International Criminal Court, or the ICC, for war crimes against Israel. What do you think a fair response from the ICC will be?
Look, I cannot speak on behalf of the ICC. However, I could say that this is giving a reward to terror. If a terror regime, or when a terror regime attacks Israel using civilian infrastructure, and Israel is forced to attack, to retaliate, to respond, and attacks these civilian infrastructure which have being used as military infrastructure, and then the world is condemning Israel, we're basically giving Hamas a gift, and we are encouraging them to keep on using civilian infrastructure because for them it's a win-win situation. And the fact that the world is doing this is just prolonging the war and really encouraging Hamas to use these tactics.
Ariel, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Ariel Seidman is charge d'affaires for the Embassy of Israel in South Africa. 8:30.